Hey guys, Eric and Roth here with some kind of crazy, interesting DC Comics TV news.
Yep.
So let's lay it out there. Deadline is reporting that they are developing, it's all potential right now, but they're developing a spinoff of Arrow and the Flash that would star Brandon Routh,
The
Atom, Wentworth Miller, Captain Cold.
Confusing.
Victor Garber, who is Dr. Stein, aka part of Firestorm.
And yet, the other half of Firestorm.
Yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. But then Katie Lotz, this is a huge question mark here, known as Sarah Lance / Canary on Arrow.
Okay, so we're going to say a couple of things that are spoilers for Arrow.
But we'd assume you watching this are caught up on Arrow and the Flash.
Okay.
So let's go.
She's dead.
She's dead.
She's so dead. Like, her body's in the grave. Like, she's been dead. She was on a table. She was on a slab.
Yeah.
She got autopsies. Dead.
It wasn't one of those,
dead.
there's an explosion, there's no body.
Yeah,
like,
no. She's dead.
So that's the big first question that we have, which is Katie Lotz being in this show is very interesting. Again, it is a comic book world, and one that has gotten more and more, sort of spectacular and, fantastical.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, one of the things they have brought in the League of Assassins. They have brought in Ra's/Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
And we assumed previously, and since he has said that he is thousands of years old, he said that to me in an interview. And then he said on the show, like, I haven't had an enemy like you in 67 years.
Yeah,
and he certainly doesn't look 67. That the Lazarus pits exist. Pit exists.
Yeah. And there's that's one definite possibility, and there's others, because again, comic book world, there's a way to bring her back. Again, because even though Deadline's like, oh, they killed her off, so would she be playing the same character? There's no way you put Katie Lotz on the show and she's not playing Sarah Lance.
She'd be playing Sarah Lance for sure, but one of the things that we were talking about previously was, would she be playing Canary? Now, that doesn't make any sense. Laurel is now Canary. You're not going to have two Canaries on two different shows.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. They've now put Laurel in that costume. She is Black Canary. But I think there's a lot of room there for Sarah comes back in some weird way. She's all messed up. She's gone through so much. I'm not Canary anymore. That's Laurel. I will now be what? We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah. We could theorize that she could be some new version of Huntress.
She could be. Like, Huntress hasn't been one of the characters that people have loved on Arrow, so maybe that. The thing about Sarah Lance is she was invented for the show. So there's actually much more of we could go in any direction we want for her. Than other characters, I think. I
love Sarah, and I loved her performance, so I'm actually excited to see her come back, and I think it'd be really interesting if she was coming back as a different character. Though, I mean, I liked her as Canary a lot, but I assume there'd be some similarities.
There'd be some similarities. And then, so the other couple things, there's a couple things that jump out here about this is Captain Cold being on the team because he's a villain and a pretty straightforward villain.
Right, and they've said this is a superhero team.
So we should say, thank you. That this would be a team show. That's the thing, is that they want to have a show that is about a team. So it's not like Suicide Squad or some team that's like anti-heroes. These guys seem to be pretty good people, except for then you've got Captain Cold.
Right.
So I guess.
And maybe a really crazy Sarah.
Yeah, and I guess she's got the League of Assassins, but then, I don't know, like the Atom, he has got nothing to redeem himself for. He's just a good guy.
I think however they bring her back, she's going to be messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she's been dead for a while now, and even in Buffy, like when they brought her back up, she had some healing to do.
Yeah. But it's a very strange group of characters. And then, you were mentioning, sorry I cut you off earlier, that the absence in this list of Robbie Amell is very strange, and I almost feel like maybe just a mistake.
I think it must have been a mistake because you're not going to have one half of Firestorm on the CW and not the really cute one. And I don't mean to say that in
hey, Victor Garber's an attractive man.
Victor Garber is an attractive man.
Yes.
But the truth is, we know how this network works.
We know how this network works.
It's pretty people doing super things at this point.
And they've established that that's what Firestorm is, right? That
it's the
two of them, but he looks like Robbie Amell.
Yes. Unless he's recast, which would be so weird.
And I don't see that happening. I mean, the whole thing is that, so this show would be from Berlanti, Guggenheim, and Kreisberg, the three producers of Arrow. And, look, the reason that Robbie Amell ended up on Flash after he did the Tomorrow People with Berlanti, so there's a pre-existing relationship there. It just seems like Amell's got to be on this show,
he has
too,
to
right?
be on the show.
Yeah. And then we should talk about the fact that they said there will be 3 extra DC characters that we don't know yet.
Mystery
New, very new
characters.
to the whole TV universe here.
Yeah. And are they, see, here's the deal. Like, this is what I'm wondering. Are these 3 new characters actually the superhero team up? Are they the ones that are going to team up with Adam?
Right.
And actually Captain Cold
Is a bad guy.
Yeah. And maybe Sarah comes back wrong, as it happens. We were just talking about this.
And
like
she's working with Captain Cold at
she's working with
first,
Captain
but she's
Cold
conflicted.
At first, but she's got,
We're writing season 1,
because
right?
she doesn't remember who she is. Like,
Yeah.
we were just talking about this because of, we were talking about the Lazarus Effect and Flatliners, you know, this whole trope of things come back wrong, Pet Sematary.
Right.
And so you think, like, she's been dead for a good little bit here.
Yeah.
If they bring her back, however they bring her back. She's not coming back right, not at first anyway.
Yeah.
That's a fun story.
Yeah. I just want to know, because I want to know, they're going to have to talk about what brings these particular characters together.
Yeah.
So what is it? Like, what's the angle? Like, why should these guys work together? But it's a bold, big place for them to go. We knew back in January that there was, they said at TCA, the earliest conversations about a possible Atom spinoff. And now it's turned into something much bigger, no pun intended to the Atom, the shape-changing thing.
And I even talked to, I interviewed Brandon Roth and talked about that, and they had said that they were in early talks, and it was definitely something interesting for him. And, I'm sure when they brought him onto the show, they said, look, it's not a guarantee, but it's certainly a possibility that you will get your own show. I will say this, too, though, again, in speaking, I hope you're caught up with Arrow, because I'm going to say something that just happened.
Right. Go.
So obviously he and Felicity, Felicity's not leaving Arrow.
I don't think so. Yeah.
So obviously they're not going to be together, right?
Yeah,
they're
but
not going to really.
You kind of figured once the spinoff was announced that that probably wasn't going to be in the cards.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But earlier, this last episode, it looked like they were going in that direction with them.
Yeah.
But now the spinoff is announced, so I guess not.
Yeah, unless
Poor
she does.
Felicity.
We'll see.
She better not leave Arrow. She's not leaving Arrow.
Probably not.
Stop
So
it.
this is a lot to take in. We should mention, of course, it's just in development, but we're very close to pilots happening and whatnot. It sounds like this is very close to getting the green light.
Wouldn't you be shocked?
I'd be surprised. It's the Flash has done so well for them.
And they did the same thing with the Flash, where they sort of tested the character first on Arrow and got a good response. I feel like they've done that with these characters as well. Everybody loves Sarah, which is, I think they would have let her.
Oh, not everybody. It's TV, but
well, not everybody does, but a lot of. She certainly has a fan base. People are enjoying him. Not everybody, but enough people.
Yeah. So we'll see. So right now it looks like an Atom, Pseudo Canary, Firestorm, Captain Cold, 3 other characters team up spinoff.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
What do you think about that? Let us know in the comments. It's certainly interesting. Let us know if you like this combination of characters, and for plenty more on everything going on with DC TV and the CW, keep it here at IGN.